Hello, everyone. Hello. My God, my hair is flying off my head. Apologies. April Hill, morning. A quick welcome to a new family guest, Daniela Potgeiter.
Daniela Potgeiter.
Fabulous surname.
Daniela,
Where are you from, Daniela?
Daniela, welcome, welcome.
There you go. Everyone gets their own unique Nadia Sawalha sing-song. How are we all, everyone? I just changed the title last minute on this because I thought, hey, we're all strapped for time. Let's have a look through some of our Vlogmas suggestions when we've had a quick journey through the news this morning. You all came through with over 240 Vlogmas suggestions when I put it up on our community page.
You're joking.
240.
This is brilliant, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. If anyone new has just joined us over from Instagram and hasn't been on our channel before and wonder what the hell we're talking about, for the last few years, every Christmas, every December, for every day of the year, we put out a film, a Vlogmas film, where we do all sorts of stuff. Well, we basically share the run up to Christmas with all you guys. And this year, because we're a bit, well, I don't know, handcuffed with nothing going on, we thought we'd ask you to get creative. So, wow, that is brilliant.
Yeah, 240.
Oh my God, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, no, I just took a look at myself and it's just like, I had one of those nights where I went on a walkabout last night from room to room. Bless her, Nadia was struggling with her snoring. Then I came
Bless
back
her,
in.
Nadia was struggling with her snoring, but it wasn't there.
No, because whenever I mention snoring, you always say, well, spare a thought for the snorer.
No, I know, but I am being facetious when I say that.
No, I know. But I mean, so I was sparing a thought for the snorer because I know she gets very self-conscious in her sleep. So I went on a walkabout and...
I was talking about snoring on Liz Women yesterday.
Oh, were you?
You can hear me from down the other end of the room.
It's got louder. It has got louder. I mean, Kiki says she can hear you. And it's funny because unfortunately it reminds me of when I used to stay at my nan's. You could hear her throughout the bungalow. It's a right old rumbling in your tumbling. So before we get onto that, which is nicey vlogmasy weekendy,
Morning, Emma O'Brien. You haven't been here for a while. Yes, morning.
The main news today is about they've created a travel tsar. I always love it when they...
Hang on. Oh, is it coming out?
I've turned it off, yeah. Travel tsar. Why do they... Whenever there's a really miserable job or responsibility, they always use a Russian reference. It's really funny. So they've got to get... Not like a travel officer or a travel commander or someone in charge of travel. It's a travel tsar. And they have to somehow ensure that Christmas runs like clockwork. Anyway, there's a fear that there's going to be total transport chaos.
Oh, God.
For the 5 days that we're all allowed to travel around. Now, let's think about this. It's travel chaos when you're not constrained to 5 days.
Yeah.
And now we're constrained to 5 days.
So everyone's going to be packed, squished together.
Surely people are going to exercise some sort of precautions there, though.
I really think...
Do you think
I mean, the majority of people I speak to are actually just going to be really cautious, are not going, wow, we've got 5 days to do whatever we want. Most people I speak to, don't you think, guys? I mean,
or is that the case? I mean,
I don't know. What do you think?
Are we in tier 3s in various places? Because lots of people don't think like that. They just think, fuck it, let's just do whatever we want.
Tier 3 and says all the local hair and beauty salons are going to remain open. Oh. That's not tier 3. Tier 3, nothing can be open.
But here's the thing. I mean, I do think, I was talking to Izzy the other night and she was saying, but Dad, we don't have the infrastructure to enact anything. And what we're discovering with every single lockdown, semi-lockdown and tier system is they can't implement it. And the more we discover they can't implement it, the more people, not actively, but the more at the edges, more people just do what they're going to do, don't they?
Do what they do.
And then it just goes up. Anyway, lots of talk this morning about travel chaos. Lots of talk, bless him, Michael Gove with his tartan mask has been sent out. A hapless and horrendous task of having to, convince all of the Tory rebels that actually what they're doing makes sense. Because everyone...
How popular is he with the Tory rebels? Is he the best person to do that?
I don't think he's particularly popular with anyone.
Another terrible decision.
Another terrible decision. So he's telling everyone that hospitals could be overwhelmed. There's lots of talk about, are we just delaying things for an inevitable third wave?
It's funny, I was reading some articles from this time
a lot about that.
Last year, wasn't I, last night?
That was intriguing. Yeah.
Oh my God, guys. Just look up flu last year. And you will see all the same language that we're seeing now. The hospitals are getting overwhelmed. They didn't have enough beds because of
You said they even described children as...
coronavirus. The children are super spreaders.
Yeah,
We can't get
really
the vaccines. But and I kept
Really
looking at the date
intriguing,
because I thought it was this year.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's almost identical, wasn't
Well, yeah,
it?
no, you flashed it at me, and if you looked at the headline, you'd be forgiven for thinking they've just copy and pasted the same headlines and content for today.
I mean, I just wonder, have we just got the same amount at the moment as we had with the flu? Because we are still shocked by
To
the...
be fair, that's what Xander says all the time.
Yeah.
You know, how do
Because
we
people
unpack...
aren't dying as many people aren't dying of the flu.
Is someone somewhere keeping a tally of people who've died of things other than coronavirus? Is there like a... I mean, I'm not being facetious.
I think
Is
there's
there
always a
literally
tally of
list?
deaths, yeah.
I mean, I think it would be really interesting, wouldn't it, if someone could get hold of that? Can someone get hold of that list? Is it that simple? Can we get a list of people, of the number of people who've died
I'd like to know...
even an ingrown
What
toenail?
I'd like to know is how many people died of flu this time last year compared to this time this
Anne
year.
Murray saying 2018 to 19, 47,000 people died with flu.
Wow.
It'd be interesting
And
to
how
see.
many have died this year from flu?
Exactly. And if they haven't
Can
died of
anyone
flu...
find out? You're really quick at doing that. Xander, you find out. You're across about all this stuff.
Or maybe virtually no one's died of flu because everyone's been assigned to coronavirus.
That's exactly why I keep trying to find that figure out. Because whether we like it or not, and how horrible this may sound, there is a time of year where a lot of elderly people are lost.
It's a time of vulnerability.
And it's the cycle of life, isn't it? And actually, people live a lot longer now. People would die in their 70s, 60s, 70s. But now we are able to keep people alive for so much longer. But there is a natural time where...
Done 9977, they are mixing the figures. Antonia Schwartz popped into a chemist and no one in there was wearing a mask. The man that worked there said they don't enforce people. I don't understand why the workers would put themselves at risk.
I think, well, some people just don't believe that they are that much at risk. I mean, I was talking... Listen to this. I went into Loose Women yesterday and I was, you know, this guy, the driver, he drives every single day. He said he hasn't taken a day off since, you know, other than when there was lockdown. He's driven non-stop. And he said he hasn't got it, and no other driver he knows has had it. I was like, really? Because I had this... I imagine that it was just rife amongst...
But that's what was intriguing me. I don't think you were in the... I think it was one of the night shifts. I was asking the question, and then if you go to the daily tally of how many... What is the acknowledged number of confirmed cases in the country? And it's only 1.5 million confirmed. So, but let's double that. No, let's say treble it for those that you can't trace, you know, because most people haven't been. And you're still only at like less than 10% of the population. And apparently the group that it's spreading most rapidly and vehemently in is 16 to 20-year-olds.
Who are perfectly fine with it and nothing happens to them.
Yeah, but they're super spreaders at the moment. I mean, that whole generation at the moment, apparently secondary school, it's rife. And a lot of unions are requesting that there is a 2-week almost buffer zone where schools finish prior to this 5-day, you know, runaround. Do you remember that show, Runaround?
Yeah.
Run around! Before we have the UK runaround of 5 days, that's what I'm calling it. They think there should be 2 weeks where all school children, certainly secondary school children, are studying from home. And this is a recommendation that a lot of unions are suggesting.
And the thing is, sometimes they've got to listen to the unions. They're not just there just trying to get people off work.
Yeah.
There might be, this is probably based on some research.
I thought this would interest you.
Yeah, I saw that
Because you've been talking about this. Wales Online, more than 2.5 million in England to get free supply of vitamin D.
Finally.
To be fair, Nadia was saying this even before John Campbell, I think. And
no, I was because
you were.
Because we've known for years that vitamin D is very important for your immune system. And this is something that attacks your immune system.
Why are we only on this? Why is this only newsworthy 9 months later?
Well, this is why John Campbell says it's a dereliction of duty across the globe. Mark, please watch one of his films where he shows you clearly the data. Well, I'll visually fast forward to it. I would say visually fast forward. I'll fast forward to it and show you the bits. Your brain will be blown by it.
I mean,
And you know what's really interesting? You have lots of people under his films saying, I'm in my 70s, I'm in this, I'm in that, I had COVID, I'm okay, I was at home, I've taken my 4,000 IU or whatever it is. You must take what's right for you.
I'm terrible at forgetting. I mean, but it makes me so angry
Makes
that
me-
you've
makes
been
me
talking
so.
about it. Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm not a big one for supplements. I don't listen to all that stuff. It doesn't interest me. I just take whatever Nadia puts in my mouth. But you have been saying this from get-go, and if it's now found to be as single-handedly significant as it is, they should be posting it through everyone's fucking letterbox. There should be a recovery
They really
pack.
should.
There should be a COVID
but
pack.
always on the NHS website, the only supplement they say you must take, every single human being must take, is vitamin D, because we can't get enough. Honestly, guys, you've got to take your vitamin D. You've really got to. And actually, I've been doing some studies on this.
Ooh.
And
Have you got a flip chart?
no,
I like your flip
even
chart.
better is vitamin D.
Like a whiteboard as well.
That's held in oil.
Oh, hang on. Yes, this is the one. This isn't. I have to say, I don't particularly like taking this.
Yeah,
one.
but it's
a bit
the body
oily.
metabolizes it even better.
It's a bit oily.
I mean,
High
this is
Declan
the one
Frost.
I've got, T3 and K2, but you know, you can
Sounds like something out of Doctor
you
Who.
can get whatever one. That's the one I take. And vitamin C, all these things we need. I mean, we heard from China right at the beginning that they were dealing with COVID, giving people massive doses of vitamin C.
Cadagirl says some schools in Scotland are closing on the 18th of December. It was announced last night. I think these kind of, this for me is linked up thinking. If our government was to demonstrate, rather than these lurching, sort of reactive, crowd-pleasing statements, I think some connecting decisions. So, like, they've made the decision about the 5 days. We're going to have a gully for the students. We're going to have 2 weeks of a buffer zone between the end of... That starts to feel like blue sky thinking. Yeah. Rather than just this kind of complete blob of nonsense. A couple of other things, because we need to crack on here. Free vitamin D, Christmas travel chaos. Has anyone heard about that? I don't know how I feel about this. Now, obviously, we were sort of behind the Johnny Depp story, but there's a petition to fire Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. And it's received 1.5 million signatures. Now, I've only pulled this up because this story is trending like mad. It's a huge backlash against the case. Now, we weren't at all backward in saying that we were disappointed and saddened to hear this about Johnny Depp. We've been huge fans of his. But we also talked about the fact that, it was clearly a relationship where there will have been an equal amount of weird shit going on. It was clearly he's struggling with his addictions. But we're in no position to comment on whether he was, an abuser and all that kind of stuff. And the court didn't find him a wife beater, but it said they could use the term wife beater. So I know. So anyway, within all of this, I don't know. I just find anything like a petition to get someone removed is a kind of sanctioned bullying.
I hate it.
Yeah. So I wanted to pull this up because I just wanted to say, okay, everyone falls one side of the debate with the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, but I don't think you can start interfering in what job she's doing,
but it's the whole
what job he's doing.
It's the whole cancel culture that is just so despicable. Yeah. It's despicable. So the petition... I mean, we don't know if she's a battered wife. We don't know absolutely that she was or she wasn't.
No, exactly. But
and I
precisely
just think,
because we don't know.
imagine if she was,
exactly.
and this is what... But imagine if she wasn't. Still, I agree.
Exactly.
I think it's like a kind of bullying.
Exactly. So that's my point on this, really. Regardless of what you feel, I think there's a difference between having an opinion and having a strong opinion, and then translating it into this kind of action that is a kind of en masse bullying, because as you say, if she has been abused, this will only double down on it, and it will hurt her. And if she was lying and it was all made up, well, then just let it fade away. Why does it bother you so much? Do you know what I mean? It's between them. So I don't know, but it's just something that's kind of flowing around everywhere. Now let's have a quick look at. So you guys, thank you so much. It's with Warner Brothers as well, her contract, isn't it? Of course. So Warner Brothers, of course, let Johnny Depp go. It's the same employer for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. That's an intriguing detail. Yeah, good point. So these are your suggestions for Vlogmas. Now, obviously, there's a limited amount of time. There's a limited amount of space. And NADIA can only do so many things at the same time. But here's some suggestions. So we're going to just scroll through some of them. So we've got Nanny Di from Michelle Wheeler. Nanny Di's funniest past Christmas stories.
Emma Staple gets some cheap plain jumpers and have an ugly Christmas jumper decorating competition.
Oh, I like
using
that.
Tinsel, glitter, baubles, and do a fashion show. That's
plain
funny.
Jumpers and make stuff with them. Philippa Wallace Dunlop. Stories about around the fireside, outside with family, marshmallows and buttered toast, and stories from the oldies. That sounds lovely.
Oh my God, I love that.
With our lights on. We
need to get our little thing.
Christmas memories from all generations. That's a nice one. Caroline Ibbotson. Hello, Caroline, with lovely Fifi.
Hi.
Upcycling decorations with Dina outside. 18 trees for Maddie. Decorate the teenage sitting room.
18
Cheap and cheerful Christmas sweet making. Maybe
coconut
not.
ice.
Don't go there.
I love coconut
Do you
ice.
remember what happened there? I'd love to see the Christmas lights around London, Erin C. I've always wanted to see them, but only Erin.
Laura, Byron.
What do you think of that?
Maybe
I want to see the lights around. I don't know if the lights are up.
if they're up. Maybe coming up with ideas for a non-gift gift, charitable deeds, acts of kindness. There's no better feeling than helping others. Oh, that's lovely.
You're absolutely right.
Just your normal everyday life, says Sarah
Oh.
Award. You all being you. Oh.
Wonder Woman. Nanny Di could do a reading of A Christmas Carol by Dickens, a chapter every day. It could be like a bedtime story for the subs. We could get your dad to do
My
one.
dad would be the one to
Is
do
there
that. That's a really nice idea.
that's a really nice idea. Why don't we get him to do a chapter? That's a really nice idea.
That's a really
Really
and,
nice.
and it would be lovely for
Gives
him.
him. It's a nice thing to give him focus.
What about something from the Arabian Nights?
That's precisely what I was thinking. And Nanny Di could do something different where she'd sort of maybe makes Christmas recommendations. She's a librarian. She could make recommendations and your dad could do a reading.
And her speciality was children's books,
Yes.
which I still cannot quite,
Bizarre.
I can't compute
bizarre.
it.
Laura Lawler, this is a curious one. Mark picking an outfit for Nadia and doing her makeup as Wayne the hairdresser. Wayne the elf. Wayne the hairdressing
God,
elf.
don't tell me I've got to live with Wayne or
I
December.
like that, Laura Lawler. The Pony is Day. Form a family board game night and make sure it's a game that makes everyone argue. See what you're going for there. You're not allowed to play board games. I can't believe it. We're in a country where
You can in your own bubble.
No, I know. Love
Maybe
everyone.
highlight a charity that needs especially at Christmas, like food banks, homeless shelters, mental health issues. Looking forward to Vlogmas, guys.
Well, absolutely.
That's a nice idea.
I've just contacted Alcoholics Anonymous to man the phones after the lady who came in through on our live the other night. I've offered myself up to man the
you'd be
phones
so good at that.
and to manage the urgent texting and messaging. So I'm
Yeah.
hopefully going to be doing that across the Christmas
Well,
period.
that'd be so good. Present wrapping with Dina with recycling
That's
and the
good.
environment
Vanessa
in mind.
Wilde.
Nice.
Leslie Sargent, Family Games Review would be good. Yeah, I know what you mean. New games would be nice,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Be nice to do a review. Charlotte
Christmas
Cleaton.
roast with all the trimmings, anything really. Now you see, I
think you
do
need
want
to-
to
I do think
do
you're right.
because for years I did the one for the mirror where I did all the timing. So
And they used to
I'll
run
say
that
if you
quite
want
a
to
bit
eat
ahead,
lunch
wouldn't
at
they? Yeah.
4, you start your oven on at this and this. I think we should do it. It's a lot of work, but I think it's good.
Let's see how this goes down. Gabrielle being very sweet and very kind, but I want to see how this goes down with everyone else. If you feel like Vlogmas is too much for you guys this year, don't do it.
Oh,
That's very sweet of you.
no, we'll be doing it.
Emma Staple, recreate a well-known Christmas
Right.
film
Good
like
idea.
The Grinch or something. Fancy dress, lots of Christmas singing, please. We should do a carol a night. That's the kind of thing we could do in the members area, isn't it? So that we don't
Yeah.
inflict it on everyone in
Yeah.
the country. Laura Lawler, Lisa doing Nadia's makeup and a fashion
We
show
need
together.
Lisa. We're hoping that Lisa might come over. She's got to be over this way anyway. Next weekend, so we're hoping she can come over and we're going to put a fire outside
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
and have some like roasted marshmallows and stuff
And
and have a
mulled
cuppa
wine.
together
You don't like mulled wine, though, do you?
and just
I
have
always
an
like the
hour
idea
together.
of mulled wine, and then you smell. When we used to make mulled wine when I was drinking, I used to pour about 2 bottles of vodka in it. Just to get everyone absolutely. I was the best person to be around when pouring drinks for you. You'd have loved me. Christmas cracker test, Rosmi Mojito girl
God,
says.
yeah, there's so many of them are rubbish.
Oh, they're so bad and they're so ludicrously
Should we
expensive.
God, can you imagine how much we're going to have to spend to do a Christmas cracker test?
Well, I think we should take a hit for the team. Laura Lawler, best advent calendars recommended. Now, this is a good one. We have wanted to do this in the past, but the problem with it is there are so many to choose from. It's really hard to know which. We're going to be doing another Christmas advert reaction later. Xander's asking about my swimwear calendar. I know.
Paula Farron, could you do the best non-alcoholic adult drinks for Christmas? Fed up drinking
Oh.
fizzy drink. Oh, yes. Now, Lee has been
Bless you.
investigating that. I'm going to talk to
What,
Lee about that.
Lee
He
non-alcoholic?
drinks he's had 21 days of no alcohol. He makes himself every night.
Why is
The
he? Why is he
whole
doing
thing
that?
with ice and lemon and everything. Because he said he realises he drinks every night because he likes the end of day feeling.
Right.
So he does it with just as much detail, but he's just 1% alcohol or something.
That's interesting. Oh, right, I didn't realise that. Nadia, teach us how to make an easy Christmas cake. That's a nice
Well,
idea.
you know, I'm
Hannah
not
Hawkins.
the best baker in the world.
Jen's Market, a walk around London to see the lights and how different it is, how the virus has affected Christmas. You'll absolutely be getting that. I'll be heading up
Yeah.
for sure to do a bit of that.
Wrapping presents while chatting.
Oh,
I'd love to be able to wrap
Lola.
presents along with you virtually, as normally sit wrapping
Lola?
alone. That is
Lola,
so
that's a lovely
sweet.
thing.
We'd have to give you enough notice though,
Yeah.
wouldn't we? Okay.
Best
That's
non-alcoholic
interesting. I
drinks
wonder
again.
how many people feel like that.
Yeah.
Because I used to love wrapping presents with my sisters. We'd sit and drink Baileys and wrap presents together, and it was a really nice part of it. But now we kind of do it in a rush, don't we?
Katie
Yeah.
Travers, you could do a sing-along Christmas carol
I want
live.
to do that.
These are lovely ideas.
Where we get all the words, we get the same words. We'd have to post the song sheet.
Yeah.
And then we will sing from our homes.
Here's the thing, guys, for subscribers and for family guests, regardless, you know, on the community page, which is a vital part of the channel on YouTube, I think YouTube are really wanting to push the fact that this is a part, it's like a notice board. We'll be using that a lot over the festive period because there we will send you resources like perhaps maybe Christmas carols, notifications. We'll also
telling you what's going
on and what's coming up. So do check it. When you go to the home page, across the top, you'll see the tabs like playlists, about and all that. Go to the community tab and you'll see it there.
Paint
It's a
some
nice
Christmas cards using Dina's artworks. Well, actually, I've got the box to make your Christmas cards. Absolutely. You and I should do that, Mark. We have to find a way to film it.
Yeah.
A live cook-along for something like mince pies.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, Vanessa Wild, tasting
These are
Christmas
all
food.
brilliant.
Last year with Dina and Betty was the best ever. I think your mum tasting is just
Well,
brilliant.
we'll get them outside with the
Your
fire.
mother is the master and mistress of the withering look and the withering phrase.
You know, I got them that fire that goes in their umbrella, so we could sit under there and get all the stuff out.
Leo, could you do a vegan appetizers meal and
Yeah, I'll
pudding?
get Dina to do that.
And every time Mark says you, we take a shot or have a chocolate.
Yeah, he's so annoying, isn't he?
Misha-
Wait till this bloody Sunday's bloody gorgeous vegan vegetarian dish with him moaning about it all the way through. It'd be interesting to see what happens at the end then.
Michelle Nye, how about a Christmas quiz? Could include Chris. Well, I mean, you might have a little bit of that coming tomorrow night. I think the quiz is happening on Sunday now. We're doing the quiz on Sunday. Is that right? Or is that confirmed?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can't seem to
Yeah,
decide.
we can't seem to.
Well, it's either at 9:15 tonight after. So if we do that drive earlier, we could do it at 9:15. Should we do that after?
We'll discuss it after.
I've got to go.
Philippa Wallace Dunlop, watch-alongs with classic Christmas films just to get the Christmas spirit. We could do one of those with the Popcorn Junkies, couldn't we?
Gabriella Moore, evening routine and morning routine. We don't have one.
Okay, Minky Moo, Christmas readings, excerpts from Christmas
Remember where we
books.
stopped because we can read some more out for
Yeah,
these
yeah,
out
yeah.
on the night shift.
Okay, well, we're at Minky Moo and we'll read some more out tonight. So thank you for
They're
all your
really-
Vlogmas
every
suggestions.
single one of those. You've done our work for us.
You really have. This is what you call a sort of development meeting in the trade, and you've kind of gone and done it for us. So
And I'm definitely going to get Teddy to read a story.
that's a really nice idea. That's a really nice idea. Anyway, guys, look, have a lovely day. I'm trying to think what else is coming up today. I think we have got one green-fingered hell locked and loaded. So you can get your little fix of me and Nanny Di in the garden at some point. Have a lovely day and lots of love. Have a lovely, lovely day. Brilliant ideas, and we'll pick those up again tonight. All right, guys.